Okay, kind of sticking with that analogy. So does that information go into a larger database for all of us to access, since we are all one?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes. That is called the collective unconscious. Carl Jung wrote about that, actually, in his writings. He wrote about it widely. There is such a thing called the morphogenic field, or abbreviated as the morphic field. And in the morphic field is the sum total of all knowledge about everything and all the experiences that all the sentient beings have had. And we can draw from the morphic field at will and at pleasure, whatever we would choose. You know what, guys? I swear to you, I just know that everything will turn out all right. And I go through life that way. It never occurs to me that it won't. Now, it might take a day or two or a week or two or an adjustment here or there, which you would call it not working out all right until you change something. But in my world, everything always turns out okay. It's merely a matter of time. And I know that so deeply. It's just such a part of my cellular awareness that it doesn't even occur to me to worry about what's the best choice or the highest choice. I think the only thing I worry about is which is the choice that offers me the most fun right here, right now. And that's the truth. If it feels like the most fun and the most joy right here, right now, I do it. I've often said to my loved ones what I want on my tombstone. On my tombstone, I want 4 words. Now that was fun. Because it has been. It's been fun, guys. Hasn't it been for you? When all is said and done, even the dramas, hasn't this been just a blast? And if it hasn't been, I want you to look at how are you experiencing life that does not allow you to receive it in that way. Because my life has been a blast. It's been a fun, even the stuff that didn't feel so good in that moment. Because even the not feeling good can be fun in an interesting way. I mean, it feels good to me to feel bad. Does it make any sense? Well, have any of you ever had a good cry? Well, then you know what I'm talking about. Then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't look like I'm from Mars. You've all had it. If you've had a good cry, then you know what I mean when I say it feels good to feel bad. It feels good to feel bad. It's a release. It's a wonderful sense of aliveness and awareness at some level. You know, and I know some people who feel so good feeling bad that you can't get them to feel good when they feel bad because they're not done feeling bad. No, you say, oh, can't you just kind of change your mood? You've been in a bad mood for half a day. And they go, I'm not done with my mad yet. And they mean it. They mean it. I'm not done feeling bad yet. Don't try to change my mind right. I'm not done feeling bad yet. And they mean it. You have to understand that your mission in life does not exist somewhere objectively. Like if you look behind the right tree or under the right rock, your mission will be made clear to you. So your mission is not something that's assigned to you by God or even by yourself. It's not like, well, I just figured it out. It's not a process of discovery. It's a process of creation. Therefore, your mission will be something you create, not something that you bump into or discover. That's number one. And creation is an act of pure volition. Creation is an act of choice. So I guess that's a long roundabout way of saying your mission in life is what you say it is. Now, exactly as it says in The Secret, there is no blackboard in the sky on which it is written, Jim, a wonderful man who lived in the first part of the 21st century, who, colon, and then you know, there's a blank and you got to figure out how to fill in the blank. There is a blackboard in the sky and it says Jim, comma, a wonderful man who lived in the first part of the 21st century, who, colon, and then God gave you the chalk and said fill in the blank. Now, when most people ask the question, what is my mission in life? What they really mean is, okay, if I'm making the choice, fair enough, I get that. I'm making the choice, but how do I know I'm making the right one? That would be my mission as opposed to not my mission. So what what we are reluctant to do is to give ourselves a mission unless we know in advance that we have a guarantee that that's the one. Well, guys, there ain't no one. There's the mission. I mean, if you're thinking of mission in terms of doingness, now if you're thinking of mission in terms of beingness, being the source, being the compassion, being the love, being the creativity, if you imagine or envision your mission as one of beingness, then you can do that no matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Just bring the beingness through. But if you stay committed to the state of being you wish to express, that is to push out from you into the world, if you stay committed to that, deeply committed to that, a way for that to emerge into doingness will make itself evident to you before too long. Within months, it'll make itself evident to you. You'll either do an elder school, or you'll do private coaching with people on the phone, or you'll open a bowling alley, or whatever the hell it is that makes it clear to you. Oh, that's how I can do that in the physical world. But the first step, as the book says, Bring Her to the Light, is to make a firm and clear decision as to the state of being, state or states of being, that you wish to express in, as, and through you. You have to ask yourself, what makes it the right one and what makes it the wrong one? It's right because it succeeds, and it's wrong because it fails. Success or failure cannot be the measure of your mission, because you don't know whether even failing at your mission is in fact, by some definition, a success. Therefore, do not judge the validity or the appropriateness of your mission by its prospects for success, or you will preempt yourself and eliminate yourself from contention even before you start. For instance, my mission is to be wisdom and clarity. That is the state or states, those are the states of being that I choose to express in, as, and through me. Those are the aspects of divinity that intrigue me most, this time through the time track. Wisdom and clarity. My friends noticed that I have not added compassion or patience to that list, but wisdom and clarity are on that list this particular time. The probability of success is not the measure of the appropriateness of your mission, because if you think it is, you will disallow virtually every mission you come up with that has any value at all. Einstein said, if it's not impossible, it's not worth doing. So it's not about whether you get there, because life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. So whether it's Jim or anybody else, when you're looking for your most appropriate or your best or your right mission, there ain't no right mission. It's just the one that brings you joy and a sense of highest self-expression right here, right now. What makes you feel better than anything else? That's the only mission, because in the end, you're only trying to be joyous, happy, and divine.